Yeah. Good morning, everybody. Actually, I have the human-computer generation background, but this work is cooperation with our industrial design colleagues. I would like to highlight Katerina Prazakova and Anna Kutikova. Well, the long-term stress becomes a serious issue in the modern society. It negatively influences the cognitive, emotional, and physical well-being of many individuals. Stress can increase the probability of health problems like various cardiovascular diseases, hypertension, obesity, and even depression. One of the syndromes of the stress is irregular shallow breathing, and vice versa. A slow, mindful breathing is an effective stress coping method. So I will show a video that illustrates what I want to present. So in the video, there one can see a keyboard, mouse, and a oval brown object on the table. A pair of hands is nervously writing on the keyboard. There is a heartbeat and breathing audible in the background. The heartbeat becomes faster and faster, and the breathing is shallow and fast. The hands grab the brown object, and it is held in the hands. It makes breathing-like movements with gradually slowing rate. The heartbeat becomes slower, and the beating is more regular and deep. So, in everyday life, we deal with stressful situations like this anytime and any place. The irregular and shallow breathing is an important symptom of stress. As a result of our cooperation between HCI department and the industrial design department, we have created a breathing friend, which simulates a calming breathing pattern and supports natural adaptation of breathing to this right pattern, so one can get calm and relax in a few minutes. The design process started by development of several prototypes from clay and from plaster, and it resulted into creation of silicon housing that enables installation of an electromechanical core. Even the core went through several development iterations, including development of custom circuit board. There were also more development iteration of the textile clothing. The final version of breathing frames allows easy installation, easy exchange of the textile clothing, and supports its personalization. We evaluated breathing frames from several perspectives. See the paper for evaluation on form factor, therapeutic effect, and fitting into everyday life. Here we focus on the evaluation of its effect on human breathing. We conducted a laboratory study with 16 participants. They were seated in a comfortable position in a calming environment, and an infrared camera was used for unobtrusive measurement of participants' breathing pattern. There were two measuring blocks. In the first block, participants were given the BF prototype and just asked to relax. While in the block 2, they were asked to try to follow the device's simulated breathing voluntarily. The graph shows the course of BF frequency. This is the green line. The slight bumps on the line are caused by a quantization error of the real-time clock chip we used. The blue line shows measurement of participants' breathing frequency when asked to relax in the block 1, while the red line shows their breathing frequency when they were asked to voluntarily breathe with BF. The results show that for the first 200 seconds, participants were able to follow the BF frequency when asked to do so in the block 2. After that, for most of them, the frequency under about 8 breaths per minute was too slow, and they were unable to follow the breathing pattern. By looking on the subjective measures, the majority of participants tried to voluntarily follow breathing pattern of breathing friend in the block 2 when they were asked to do so. But it has negative effect on feeling of relaxation, and some were unable to comply with lower frequency than approximately 8 breaths per minute without longer training. To conclude my talk, our research and experiments indicated that stimulation of mindful breathing could be used as a stress coping method. It is possible to rely on the haptic interaction while avoiding ICT and audio-visual interaction modalities. However, the artificial breathing pattern requires personalization, and it is subject of the future work to further explore the breathing print usage for therapy of patients and with breathing problems, and to further explore the touch interaction as a way of communication of emotions. So thank you very much for your attention.
Well, thanks, Miroslav. Any questions? Anyone? Yes.
Thank you. I suppose the size of your device is sort of small and meant to be used by the palm. Did you try anything bigger, like something like a pillow that you can hug, something larger, more intimate?
Yeah. Actually, there is another project. They have pillow like this, but we want something which can the user carry along to the work and so on.
But comparatively, this size versus something larger, how do they work between the two?
Sorry?
Between a larger pillow and a smaller, handier size, what's better? What's more effective?
We haven't compared yet.
Right.
It's up to the future.
Thank you.
Thanks for this wonderful artifact. My question is basically, let's say if we are having this particular artifact in our hand or near to our body, will it automatically give us any indication saying that, taking the heartbeat into consideration, for example, for me, this is my device and then I'm holding it, and will it give me automatic indication when my breath is actually coming down or up? Something?
Yeah, actually the original idea was to slow down to the frequency which is suggested by therapists, but it turns out this frequency is too slow for novice users. So we will bring the feedback from sensors into the thing. So probably we will use a tracker like Apple Watch or something like that to measure the heartbeat and to have some cue on the stress and breathing rate.
Yeah, basically, as a person, I may not be knowing that how actually it is happening within our body, and then that if that gives us an indication saying that, hey, you are supposed to use this.
Yes.
That may be useful.
Yes.
Thanks.
We take it in mind, and we.
Yeah, hi, that's a very interesting presentation. I'm just curious, because in many religious culture, there are very similar hand posture, like and these all have calming effects. So I'm very curious. I'm not sure whether this is a question. I'm very curious about the differences, or is there any theory or concept that we can explain how this toy works, and doing comparison study like the other audience mentioned would be very interesting as well.
Yeah, I'm not sure whether I get the religious comment, but how it works, the mindful breathing, it's actually suggested by therapists, and there are several approaches that use mindful breathing to tackle stress, and it works. It's referred in the paper, but we just switch to another modality that is more natural, and we avoid to use ICT because ICT is inherent source of stress.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Thank you.